like seasons, war always return. Every 274.5 years, evil rises to destroy all life. Orcs and humans then set aside their differences to protect their world. Each time, the evil was defeated. Each time, life returned to normal. But a countdown mistake changed everything. Evil emerged 2 years too early, catching the living off guard. We're not prepared. The schools of magic were the first to fall, throwing the world into chaos. Your studies ended prematurely. Now you are one of the last guardians of immeasurable amount of knowledge. It is your duty to preserve it, but above all, to share it.
Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Spellcaster University Strategy and Tactics. So, what is Spellcaster University? Well, imagine if you were in charge of building Hogwarts, only it's not of the Harry Potter universe. But essentially you have all the same trappings of that. You, the player, are in charge of building a magical school with all of the trappings, trials, and tribulations that comes with. You need to balance the different schools of magic that you are teaching, ensure the well-being of your students, fend off attacking creatures, explore dungeons, and ultimately try to survive or at least run away from the Lord of Evil. So let us dive into a new campaign here, and let's show you around. I am going to be playing this on just normal settings yet at the moment. I think I've got a good handle on this game, but I'm not ready to go to the ultra hard challenge modes yet. So let's dive in. And let's set our university here. Okay, we've got ourselves the University of Ficklewood. Figure this is a nice little star pattern here to sort of like a crossroadsy build. Yeah, I like it a little better with the lighter color there. All right, this has no bearing on the actual gameplay, but you wanna make it look good. Actually, hang on, the yellow is a little bit off. It's kind of a sickly green. That's more like it. That's better. Okay. Now, the first course of business here is to choose our starting location. Each location is unique and has its own benefits and drawbacks to it. The village, your students are on average richer, which means that's more money flowing into your coffers, which is good. The famous local minstrel might cause trouble, which, that's a global negative to the area, and it's got a nice large buildable area. The forest, new students are poorer than usual. More students are werewolves. Yeah, your students can be of different races. Werewolf, and that's actually a good thing, to have werewolf students. And an ancient troll might cause some trouble with a large building area. But I think we're going to start with the lake. There is a longer trip to the lake, to the school rather, and I'll explain how that impacts our strategy. There's also some special opportunities with the creature of the lake, but also has a rather limited building area, but not too restrictive. I think we're going to start with the lake, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the island in the middle of this lake would be perfect for building a magic university and will shelter us from the forces of evil. This university will be majestic. The downside is that the students will have to take a long walk to the closest village, so you should make sure that they have everything they need at the university. Oh, and apparently there's an evil creature roaming the lake, so take care, huh? Okay, so the way this game works out is that we build our university via cards, and we get cards from events, but we also can draft cards from the various decks. So the first event of the game here, and this one is sort of a seeded one, is choosing our initial outlay. So we can either do, this lake is an ancient seat of power, it will do perfectly, which will give us 500 arcane mana, and 100 alchemy mana. Now, the mana that they're speaking of, these are the different schools of magic. We have nature, light, alchemy, arcane, and shadow. And then you have the standard deck, which is purchased through gold. So by getting mana on there, it would allow us to draw cards from those decks. What those cards would actually have, that's sort of random. But you get to draw 3 cards and pick one of them. The next one, receive 200 gold and get 2 new house cards. We start the game with 2 new house cards, and by houses, think in the Harry Potter universe, things like, Gryffindor and Slytherin. These are different schools that you can assign individual students to, and different houses have different benefits and drawbacks, and you can focus their efforts to sort of focus your students. And then lastly, this place is so harmonious, we will preserve its balance, get a shadow room and a light room card. So instead of drawing using mana, we just get these room cards directly. I think we're going to go with this one. So now these sort of general purpose rooms. These are like the 101 skills. Like every school of magic, there's 5 school of magics, but each school of magic has 3 underlying disciplines. So for example, Shadow has necromancy, demonology, and assassination. This room teaches all 3 of them. It's sort of like a Shadow Magic 101. It's great at giving everybody an introduction to the School of Magic, but it's really terrible at teaching the higher levels of that. But still, getting people 101 levels of knowledge in that is not too bad. Same thing with the Light Room. It is despite it says no, this is not Sunday school, but it teaches a little of all 3 types of light magic: heroism, retribution, and sacred magic. Now, I've got the game paused. Oh, hey, look, a pause button. This game knows how to include a pause button. Anyway, I digress. So the other thing we're going to do before we unpause here is we want to draw from the standard deck. Now, we have 600 gold. Our first draw costs us 100. So we get 3 different cards to pick from. And then we can, take one of the 3, bring it into our hand here. Now, this is another room. We start the game with 1 dormitory. I might want a second one. I do like additional dormitories. This is one of the things the game was warning us about is the long trip back to the town. Basically, the things like the dormitory and the students' hall and the refectory are all used to satisfy your students' needs. Now, if they hit a high need and there's no spaces available in any of these, it's not like they're going to starve to death. They're just going to leave the school, walk all the way back to town, get a snack there, and then walk all the way back to school, which wastes a lot of time, and that's time not spent in classes, and thus they're not going to get as much out of their time in the university. So yeah, let's get the dormitory. Now, we can draw again. We still have 500 gold, but now it costs us 150 gold. Every time you draw from a deck, the cost increases. No getting around that. But as you place things down, you'll earn more and more things. And we want the things in here. Oh, thank goodness. So, Teacher's Lounge. Basically, your teachers have needs just the same way as your students do. So the Teacher's Lounge is a way for your teachers to get the stuff that they need. Yes, we do need a nature and alchemy room, but the Teacher's Lounge is so important, especially on the lake here, because we don't want our teachers leaving the school and leaving their classrooms empty while they go and freshen up back at the town. So, boom, Teacher's Lounge. Excellent. One more draw from the deck. Okay, we could get another students' hall, which helps relieve boredom. Or we could go for a psychologist. So a psychologist, one of the stats for the students is sanity. Basically, their stress levels. They don't literally go insane. But if they lose too much sanity, they will have to leave the school to get their bearings here. But the psychologist not only repairs their sanity, but also makes them immune from future sanity drops. So I think that's a good grab there. Now, one more thing before we start building our school here is we need to set our school's policies. These are different rules that our schools go about. We can determine the gender of our school, men and women, women or men. There's no gameplay implications between male and female students. This is just more for role-playing purposes. I think we'll leave it as men and women. Now, discipline does have a impact on there. Poor discipline will make them get bored less, but they also will misbehave more. And then the flip side, for strict, they misbehave less, but they get bored faster. You can get some other optional things. Having a contest between houses makes them recover their needs slower but learn faster. We can reduce their curriculum length, make them graduate faster, and also get a sponsor. But we gain gold, lose prestige. Prestige gets us more students. We can do also more pre-selection here. Educated, wealthy, or sane students. I'm going to pre-select for wealthy students, because that'll help the gold flow a little bit faster. And we're also going to hike our application fee to 30. This gets us fewer students, but they pay a bigger fee. And then we have dormitories, which is either free, paid, or auto-managed. Basically, free lets they get better sleep. Paid gives us money, but they don't sleep as well. And auto-managed reduces the upkeep, but they don't sleep as well either. We can adjust our salaries for our teachers, and also same idea with the refectory. The only difference being is organic meals if you put stables and greenhouses near them. So we're going to stick to paid meals for them. All right, enough jibba jabba. Let's build. Now, because we have limited space, our school can only be so wide. This particular map, this lake map, is particularly narrow, much more narrow than your average map. But we can build tall. That's the nice thing. So where do we want here? Let's get our 101 rooms down, shall we? Let's do a light room, and let's put it all the way over here. So some rooms can do up, down, and left, right in terms of where students can go from. So this one, we can go up and down, if there's a floor on top of it, they can go from this room to the floor above it, and they can go to the left and the right. That's not always true for all of the other rooms out there. Now, whenever we place down a room that has a teacher, we have to choose between one of two teachers. These are randomly generated. And you don't always get the best of both worlds, but you need to keep an eye on, first off, you want to see their pedagogy. How good are they at teaching? Their positive traits. So this is a fun teacher, so the students get less bored. They themselves get less bored, but they get hungry faster, and they act and get tired slower. You know what? I think this guy is pretty good. And yes, I know the alignment is a little odd. A light teacher who is neutral evil. That actually only really matters when it comes to matching up with their students. So there is no actual problem with a neutral evil teacher teaching in the light room. All right. Now we have the other nice thing is for our teachers here, we're going to be doing our name in-game patrons here. So I've got a request from Cameron Salisbury to be a light teacher. So Cameron, Salisbury. There we go. All right, Cameron, you are a new Light 101 teacher. All right, now in the middle, I like to have sort of like a spine of needs fulfillment thing. So something like maybe a dormitory right here on the bottom. And And then we could do something like a, let's see, a refectory. This is where they go to eat, the students, that is. Now, we have a students' hall. Now, students' halls can't actually, they don't travel left and right. They can only go up and down. But that's fine. That's fine for what we're doing right here. Something like that. And we can even throw our teacher's lounge down here so that our teachers can rest and relax. And then since we drew another dormitory, I'm going to stack it on top here. That way we have a dorm down at the bottom and a dorm up here. Also, see this number? You could stack rooms into each other to improve the efficiency of them, but that's only a 10% improvement, and I'd rather have the extra set of beds like that. Okay, now over here, we're going to throw down a shadow room. Might as well have it on the ground floor, just like the light room, flanking our column of needs here. Let's see here. Pedagogy, both have, well, she's got a good pedagogy. Inspiring and researcher, that's not bad. Relaxed and voracious, that's not too bad. Erudite. Actually, this guy's actually a little bit better, because while the pedagogy is not as good as hers, his erudite gives him an extra bit of 10%, and hers actually decreases, so he's actually the better teacher. Gets hungrier faster. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to do that. And another request here. Jeragon. No, we're going to go with him. Jeragon, the Shadow 101 teacher. Excellent. Now, next room that we're going to get here is the psychologist. I'm actually going to wait to play this because students don't need a psychologist early on, and we'd have to pay that teacher's salary. So I'm going to actually keep that in my hand. So let's invite our first new students to the group here. Now, students are also randomly generated, and they have different things, different bonuses and penalties. Actually, I should have popped my new houses first in case I wanted to sort them, but I can always move them afterwards. So we've got alignment, just like with the teachers, and the thing with these alignments is, again, they don't have a huge impact, but the big impact is if they match up with the teacher. So if a lawful student is being taught by a lawful teacher, their needs grow slower, which is good. And then if a good student is being taught by a good aligned teacher, they learn faster. And same goes for neutrals and evils. Then you have your intelligence level, how their base rate of learning, and then how much money they can give us. So this guy's a little on the poorer side. He's also here for 7 years, which is the longest period a student can do, a 7-year program. So this guy has plenty of time to get in there. So yes, welcome to your general class here. All right, next one, we've got popular, double prestige gain or loss, but they're inefficient at the library and learn alchemy slower. Fair enough. Diligent, more mana when studying, that's good. Very, very smart, but also dirt poor. Orphan, yeah, you don't lose prestige if the student dies. Shadow disciple, there we go. And then lower alchemy. I'm going to be taking all 5 of these. We're not at the point where we can be picky. Ambitious, better curriculum outcomes. Lower, allergic to pollen, so not so good with natural magic, and moves slower. Fair enough. And because each of those gave us that 30 feet, we can draw one more time from the standard deck here. We can do another new house. I don't want another psychologist. A private bedroom might be a thing. I mean, we already have a lot of sleeping quarters here, so you know what? I think I'm going to go with the new house. So now we have 3 houses that we can found. So let's found one. And so whenever you found a new house, you can set the priorities of what the students in that house you want them to learn, and you can also forbid certain schools of magic. And each house confers a number of beneficial perks to all the students within it. So here we've got a light sleeper, or beautiful, or courageous. We can choose one of these three for the first feature, and then one of these three for the second. Now, since this house doesn't touch on any of the individual schools, doesn't give them, this is going to be a good sort of an all-rounder. So light sleeper is a good one because students spend a lot of time sleeping. So getting them, they finish their sleep faster. And then diligent, just a global, more mana when studying is good. Learning the 4th and 5th magic levels faster is good, but not great right now. We're going to go for diligent. And for our all-rounders, we'll put you in those robes. Now, let's think of a good... man, that is one fat Pegasus. All right, we're going to go with this. Give me a minute here to adjust the icon here. Okay, so here we've got House Megasus. With the gigantic purple Pegasus as its thing. So this is going to be sort of our all-rounder house here. So let's sign off on it. And now we can move our general class students to House Megasus here. That they'll actually change into the house's robes to represent that. I generally don't like having people in general class here because general class gives you no benefits. See here, this guy now instantly got the light sleeper and diligent perks because they are now part of House Megasus. So I'm actually going to just remove the general class here. Now I can found 2 more houses and I get 2 more sets of random things here. I'm gonna wait until I get a few more classrooms available to me, because right now we only have 2 actual classrooms, the light and shadow here, which is fine for the beginning, but we're going to want more. All right, I think it's enough jibba jabba time. Let's unpause. So everybody's going to be coming from the village. No getting around that, both teachers and students. All right, let's speed you up, get you guys in here a little sooner. Now, the nice thing is I don't need to manually direct anybody. All I do is build the school. Everyone else just acts accordingly, which is good because it's not an RTS. All right, so Jaragon here is setting up shop and now is teaching the shadow magic here. So we can see on here, now this guy's learning quickly because he's a shadow disciple. And so we can see all 3 of the shadow magic disciplines are going up very quickly. Now each discipline can go up to level 5. But as level 1 goes quickly and then it slows down the more and more you do that. All right, we've got some events here. The villages send their regard. Hi there, we're from around here. We don't like trouble. We're not fond of strangers. What are you doing here exactly? So the peasants are a little bit leery of this magic school that suddenly set up shop in their backyard. So now we can get some extra things. We can say, oh no, we're good guys. We're doing everything in accordance to the Church of Light, and that gives us some light mana, so we could fill our gaps there. But we already have a light room, so we don't really need that. Do not worry, for our school mainly trains mages specialized in the healing of farm animals. That makes them happy and gives us some natural mana. And then this one, in necromancy and the summoning of powerful demons. That makes the Lord of Evil a little happier. Peasants not so much. But we already have a shadow room, so I think we're going to go farm animals because I want to have some nature rooms in here. Hopefully we get a good draw off of this. So our nature deck gives us a greenhouse. Okay, we got a draw. So now we can set up a greenhouse. Now the greenhouse, unlike the 101 room, the greenhouse only trains 1 discipline in the nature magic, herbalism, but it trains it very well. So it's a way to specialize. Now the downside to the greenhouse is that it takes up a space above it. Which is a little obnoxious. Do Do I want it over here or do I want it over here? I kind of want it over here, I think. Yeah, I think I want it over here. And now we've got ourselves new professors here. Both have a good pedagogy. Inspiring is good because that helps remove negative traits from the students, or has a chance. Athletic is good because they can get from A to B faster. Punctual, also faster. And job lover. Procrastinator, demanding. So they want more. Procrastinator, relaxed. I think we're gonna go here. And because she asked for nature, Shona, Bellamy. There we go. Thank you, Shona. All right, we got new students coming in. Allergic to pollen, popular, fair enough. I'm putting everyone in house Megasis at the moment. We'll get more soon enough. Child of nature, faster nature, magic, excellent. Light sleeper, diligent. Oh yeah, traits stack. So even though the Megasis house has the light sleeper, they'll get double light sleeper. So this kid's hardly going to sleep at all, which is fine because that means they're going to be doing more studying. Allergic to pollen, that's fine. The king sends his regards. Ah, new school for my kingdom. How great, how very great. And I would be very much like to help. I'm a fair and generous king. What do you need? So we can either get 200 gold or a free card draw. I'm going to go for the free card draw. Let's see. Chamber of Truth, which is light magic. The Janitor Lounge, which is more of a utility. And then the Assassin's Arena, which is the assassination specific one for that. Do we want to go dark magic? We can go dark magic. We can go for assassinations. But then again, retribution helps with the Inquisition. With the Inquisitors. Although we don't have a lot of good spaces for. Chamber of Truth. Do I want Chamber of Truth? Yeah, well, I guess I picked it now. All right. What I think I might do here, I might put the psychologist down here, and then I can Chamber of No, that would sort of lock this off here. Yeah, we can put the psychologist over here. For our psychologist, and then I'll place this Chamber of Truth. Normal or mediocre, but under the king's protection is good because this guy will naturally increase our reputation with the king. Slows the growth needs, the growth rate of needs. Yeah, and actually for yeah, I think this guy is going to be good. And let's get Chickets is our new teacher here, our psychologist. Let's actually go here. The Adventure Guild sends its regards. We found a window between two troll massacres to come say hi. The opening of a new magic school is always good news. What kind of mage will you train? Well, we are good healers. That's light magic. And also nature magic. We already have both of those. Mages that can blow up things are great things. This might give us some arcane. That's the one. Actually, though, we're missing alchemy. I might want to go for magical trinkets here. Let's go with the magical trinkets response. Oh, these magical trinkets. Well, not the one I was thinking of. Beast magic and herbalism, necromancy, or enchantment and ruin. So these are items that when students reach a certain set of skills will automatically be given to them and give them bonuses. At the moment, we don't have all the classes that can teach these things. I mean, we technically could get to level 2 necromancy with the Shadow 101 room. I'm going to go with the Wolf's Tooth because we already have herbalism, so we can go for beast magic. But I should have gone with the room here. All right. Chamber of Truth. There we go. All right. Chamber of Truth. Another light school, but this one again is more focused on retribution. Punctual erudite. So they're both good pedagogy. Hawk-eyed. Ex-adventurer. So that gives us rep with the Adventurers Guild. That's always good. But punctual erudite's a good... clumsy, pretentious. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with... oh, I forgot to rename her. Well, hang on. I think I can rename her. Select the teacher. Yes, I can rename her. Alright. That's going to be... Wilkins. 11. Perfect. Oh wait, and now we have our first messenger pig. Yeah, we don't send owls in this universe to communicate with the outside world. We send guinea pigs. They are the superior communication device of this world. And so we can use that to talk to a specific group here to try and get their reputation up higher. Let's see. We could go Crowcorp's Village because, as you can see, when you reach certain thresholds, you get some passive benefits from that group. And being able to send more messenger pigs at 75 is pretty good, and lower teacher salaries is pretty good. So, yeah, let's do that. Village is bustling. Is building a brand new reversible double-seated cart 3000 has just arrived. It's big. It's beautiful. It's shiny, shiny, shiny. It's the best in the field of mechanical agriculture. So you're really going to use that? Do you know how it works? Where we could enchant it, but we don't have 300 arcane mana. Yeah, let's see what this does. I have no idea because the trader fellow told me it'd work well with cows. You show me how it works. Let's press the blue button. Let's go on a cart. It knits sweaters directly from sheep. Clever. All right. Well, we got 300 gold out of that. Let's draw from the standard deck. Aha. Yeah, we can go for the general purpose arcane room. That will give us, yeah. I mean, as much as I'd like to select, well, private apartments is good because that helps the teachers prep, and we can always buy 101 rooms later on. Then again, the arcane room is tempting. You know what? I'm going to go private apartments. Because there's a way to buy 101 rooms on the cheap outside of just drawing directly from the deck that you can't get things like private apartments from. So yeah, we're going to just keep doing this, the column O needs here. What do you got? You have such little respect for your students that you cannot even care to offer a gluten-free meal, let alone a vegan one. It's so surprising, after all, that so many come to me. Use magic to extract gluten from food. Yeah, we don't have the... I'm going to import some orc cuisine. They know how to make a... we don't have the... Oh, we almost had the money for that. I don't care about gluten. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to take a prestige loss here. All right, more populars. Popular Bully. Yeah, to House Megasis. Arcane Scholar. That'll be useful. Oh, and we have an elf. So this is one of the other races, and every race has its own benefits. Elf learns 30% faster in higher rooms. Not really going to be good for them right now, but once the school gets taller. And then courageous, aggressive, chatty. Sure, why not? At this point, I need all. Oh man, I should have clicked the students first. Now I have the 150 gold. All right, well, now that we're over 200 gold, next time we get a guinea pig, I'm going to go and buy some 101 classes. I'm holding on to these new houses just because I'm going to be getting some quests later on that guide me in a specific direction, and I can sort of use these houses to sort of tailor our school a little bit more better in that particular direction here. All right, we got our greenhouse going here. Oh, and we got enough light mana to draw from the light deck. Looks like this is going to be a light-focused thing. So we could get the Heroes Chapel, which gives heroism. You know what? Let's go all in on light magic here. That seems to be our focus du jour here. Yeah, let's get the Heroes Chapel. And since light magic seems to be all over here, we'll keep all the light rooms together here. Alright, mediocre pedagogy. Poser. I don't like poser, but better than the other one here. Alright. So we're going to do Cameron Romano, the other Cameron here, as our heroism teacher. Just making sure I didn't double use a name here. Okay, new things, fertility potions. Yeah, we don't have the alchemy here. Sorry, man. Yeah, we are sorely lacking alchemy here. All right, lawful good, down to earth, goth. In you go. We can, after we found new houses, we can actually take students from existing houses and shuffle them around. So they're not set for life in that house. A lot of activity going on in here. The herbalism room. How you guys doing? Yep. See, it's only training herbalism here, but it goes a lot faster than the 101 rooms here. And I think everybody, both students and teachers, have what they need. Okay, our guinea pig is here. We're not going to use it until we get 200 gold, because that's where we can start tapping into the 101 rooms. I want to get arcane. I want to get alchemy here. And of course, express cleaning. With significant sanitary woes. Let me offer you a few different options. So we can lose 100 gold, get the janitor lodge. We can get a drooler. The void potion and the cleaning potion. The drooler is actually a supplemental thing that you can stick into one of the rooms. Yeah, I'll go for the drooler. So this one you can add to a specific room, and it will wander the school and clean things. So there, we have the droolers. Creature wanders the school, slowly cleaning the rooms it passes through. So it doesn't... I do wish we had more money, although we are about to get more money here. New students and all that. Nature deck. We can get another greenhouse, or we can get a green dragon. I should have... Actually, let's grab the green dragon, and I'm going to grab the drooler, move the drooler over here, put the green dragon in here. Green dragon, whoever it passes by, gets faster nature magic learning. Alright, it's going to be a while before we get more money, so... Well, yeah, let's just send someone out. I might ask the king for money. Yeah, we need the... -5 reputation is not too bad. Alright, we got our first shadow deck draw. A crypt, a demonic chamber, or ritual components. Active teachers in this room have a chance of creating component cards. So do we want to go shadow magic here? Random components might be useful, though. I think I'm going to go with the ritual components. You stick it in the teacher's lounge. The teachers in here have a chance of creating magical components. If you get 3 different components, they can combine to a potion, which is a useful one-off effect. So, Yeah, though we'll get random potion cards appearing down here, or rather ingredient cards, based on teachers staying in this room and just random chance. Aha! So our curriculum is here. So we are given 3 different futures that we want to get a bunch of our students graduating to become. Either a beast binder, which gives us enchantment and beast magic, or requires enchantment and beast magic. A smuggler, which is demonology and portal magic. Or an animal archivist, a beast magic and ruins. Well, shoot, none of these are very good for what we have right now. None of them involve light magic, and it's completely random. I'd say let's go for smuggler. Because, well, actually, before I choose, let me just double check something here. Because certain curriculums require certain backgrounds or traits. Yeah, we're gonna go smuggler. So we need to graduate 20 people as smugglers, and we need demonology and portal magic. Now we have the demonology in the form of the dark room, the evil 101. And since this is a lower tier future, we probably only need 1 point of it. But we do need to get some portal magic, so let's take that. And now let's make a new house to try and gear ourselves towards this. Shadow Disciple, excellent. And we do Steadfast. Because we don't really need the Jack of all trades. Oh, actually, Jack of all trades stacks with Shadow Disciple as well. So, yeah. Give them that. So we want them to focus on Shadow and Arcana. Now, obviously, the Arcana doesn't kick in yet because we don't have an Arcana house yet. But if we can get just an Arcana 101 room, then we'll be set. So we might as well prep for it. Now let's get this house designed here. Okay, there we go. House Chonkacorn. Yes, this one's the Megasis, and this is the Chonkacorn. So yeah, this is our house that is dedicated to getting this particular outcome here. All right, folks. So I think this is a good stopping point. So in our next episode, we're going to try to get our last 2 schools online here, Alchemy and Arcane. Arcane being the current the current focus, and we'll see if we can start getting some of those people graduated here. So if you guys liked this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya!